Gomez. It's the Real Ass Podcast. It's your boy, Louis J. Gomez.
Where's Rhino Spank, Real Ass Dude, Ultimate Minority, Joan Jett of Comedy. I got a lot of names.
International superstar Zach D'Amico. How you doing, buddy?
He's funny, he's a psycho, he's a real ass dude.
I was double teaming this chick with her husband. Now he's selling coke in heaven.
Are you fucking ready, motherfuckers?
It's the only real podcast left out there.
Good morning. It's another Real Ass Podcast. Happy Wednesday, motherfuckers. It does sound a little weird that we don't have music.
Yeah, it's very NPR.
I don't like it. What do we do here? Maybe we extend the beat, like the and just keep that going, Shannon, maybe in the future? Do we have a version of that just keeps on fucking going?
No. Do you remember who created this version of the intro? Or you reach out to them?
I'm sure we can figure it out. Also, I mean, you could probably fucking loop it, Shannon.
Yeah, I'm just answering your question.
You could probably loop it if I had
We
to
should
guess.
find fans to send in like good, just guitar riffs they wrote, and we could pick out a few to be like intros. To just get us pumped because we need the.
What the hell? Why is this not muting? Mute! I keep on hitting mute, and instead of muting, all it does is it keeps on cutting out pages. It keeps on bringing up new pages. It's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I'm not good at fucking hosting. Shannon, that music is bumming me out.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Better fix it, Shannon. Just figure it out. Welcome to the show. It's your boy, Louis J. Gomez. International superstar Zach D'Amico's here. What's up, kid?
The dynamic is different now that I'm across the table.
It is. I liked you being to my right, and it was very nice. It felt good. But you got to understand, I go on these long rants, and I feel like, it just makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it works better.
Yeah. And look, Dave Temple's here. What's up, kid?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, doggy.
Yeah.
You brought your 15-year-old daughter here.
Just got to get out of the house, man. What's she supposed to do?
What is wrong with you?
We're going to hang out for a little while.
But I feel like she could hear it. What do
She's about to be she'll probably be my personal assistant. I'll probably have her be my photographer, videographer, and start paying her to do that stuff.
I don't like the fact that she's watching it in the lounge area right now, and she hears everything that we're saying. Shannon, why didn't we put on something that a 15-year-old would enjoy, like
cartoons?
Chris D'Elia's comedy special? God damn it, guys! I am on the board very early. I'm on the board early. I can't speak of Chris D'Elia anymore. I've spoken on it so much at this
Ad
point.
nauseum, right?
Yeah. I'm not doing it anymore. It's fine. Look,
I didn't even talk about it. It's weird. I didn't even fully catch the I just saw something was happening.
much.
I've been doing good during these past couple of months. I delete social media after I post shit, so I don't see anything that's going on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm just like working out, creating content. When I'm spending time with my family, I'm spending time with my family. And I come in from 12 to 1, and whatever you get to me within 12 to 1, that's it. But I'm not taking anything
It's much
else in.
better. I've been sort of trying to take a little bit of a break from, social media, Twitter, just lurking. And I did yesterday. I ended up lurking a little bit. I tweeted some stuff, and I was thinking of some good ones, some hot ones. And I was like, let me just stay away and relax. There's no reason to because everyone does this. Everyone, I noticed this is very simp thought process. And I'm not saying simp like guys who simp for girls on the internet. I'm saying like simpleton fucking thought process where everything that's going on, everyone's like, no matter whatever the hashtag is of the day, whether you're for it or against it, you're just always tweeting about that thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm a part of like something that's so fucking like basic and fucking shitty.
Yeah, I feel like I'm voting for the video to be number one on TRL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yes.
just, and I hate watching these young comics pile on.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, create your own shit. Like, don't.
I agree.
You're not getting any further because these guys are getting knocked down. You're nowhere near that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically,
You're closer to getting fucking canceled. That's it.
I did talk about this in my act, though. Every time one of them goes down, I do move up one more notch.
Yeah, but you get booked.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that like are doing bar shows for no one.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, another one gone.
It's another space. Look, I get it. It's addictive. I'm saying that I have to consciously not be addicted to doing it as well, But yeah, it's hot in the kitchen. Jeff Ross in trouble now, apparently, but he's denying all allegations.
And I thought his statement was really classy, actually.
What was the statement?
He goes, "This has been investigated before. There's no proof of it." And then I don't want you to not believe victims, but this girl has a history of drug abuse. She's been harassing me, extorting me, and her husband's gone to jail for like a related crime.
Really?
Not like pedophilia, for like something like extortion or something.
Faking some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very interesting. I don't want to pile on to Jeff
And
because
he put it out in a very classy, and he still want to support people. And
yeah, I mean, look, I've known Jeff for quite some time. It seems like, the thing is that with Chris D'Elia, it became such a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a meme. Like, people were fucking talking about it in every circle. With Jeff, it's sort of, I don't know why. There's like conspiracy theories that like there's like a cover up or whatever it is. I have no idea why it hasn't caught the same type of heat as Chris D'Elia.
young girls kill it on social media. So if it's young girls that are coming out against it, they're better at tweeting and getting stuff done.
Yeah, well, I mean, I still young girls trying to get people on this. I feel like even the Joey Diaz thing blew up much bigger than the Jeff Ross story.
Oh,
Like, people weren't really talking about it. People still aren't really talking about it. It is a little bit fucking weird.
yeah, I haven't even heard about it until you just mentioned it.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've also been tuned out the past couple months.
Yeah, this chick came out and she has a video, I guess, and she
she has a whole Facebook page.
Yeah. Well, she
The
needs to
organization, I love it.
she needs to get on TikTok. That's the
Yeah.
problem. she's trying to rally the troops with an old platform.
Yeah,
you
she
know?
got to do some booty dances. I was 15.
Yo, how does the naked TikTok work?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, have
TikTok?
you like
Look at the lobby.
like there's like weird stuff that shows up on TikTok on like other sites of like popular TikTok people doing the dance and then that same person doing the dance naked, but I don't know whether they do that through like an OnlyFans page
Maybe
or
they do
what.
something like that. That's a smart little play for them. I don't know. I have no idea. But TikTok is super, like, I think they really, a couple things I've heard about TikTok are, number one, like with the comments, you can't troll people the same way. Like, they have strict rules against like saying mean shit to people. So people use like coded language to be shitty to each other. And then also I heard that they use like facial recognition algorithms to make sure that the people that are coming up on your page are really good looking.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
some
I
shit
heard
like
about
that.
that they got caught. Like, if you're ugly or your house looks poor in the background, your shit will get no views.
Yeah, that's crazy though. That's but I in a weird way, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
The problem is, there's a weird like ethical thing there where people don't realize what they're signing up for. But it's like, yeah, if that. Remember, we didn't get in trouble, but people were mad because we had BetterHelp on as a sponsor. Remember that company BetterHelp? And
It was like online therapy, basically.
yeah, it was like you
Okay,
do therapy,
okay.
but before Zoom was a fucking big thing. By the way, now everyone's
That's
I'm
just
sure-
called therapy.
Yeah, now it's just therapy, right? But there was a big thing for a little while, and to be honest with you, I thought it was kind of a good sponsor because somebody like me who I didn't want to necessarily, I don't have time to spend an extra 2 hours a day because you have to travel an hour to get to a therapist, do the therapy, then travel an hour to get home or whatever you're doing. Doing a 45-minute therapy session in the middle of your day in the bedroom or at work, that is a lot more convenient, and maybe the difference between somebody taking therapy or not taking therapy. And that's why I thought it was a good product. But apparently it was people were furious with BetterHelp, and they were saying that, I hear it. First, it started off with this. Here's what it's kind of funny because troll culture is so real right now. It was some YouTube influencers had them on as a sponsor, and some of their trolls just wanted to like fuck with them, and they were like, "Yeah, this isn't you're taking advantage of your fans' mental health issues." That was the first angle.
Wow.
And then they started to look at the terms of service, and BetterHelp essentially covered their ass, and they said, "Look, if one of our therapists isn't actually a licensed therapist, that's not on us." That was sort of in their terms of service. But in everything, if you use a fucking Uber app,
Right.
if you get murdered by the driver,
Yeah.
it says, "Hey, just so you know, if this driver doesn't have a license, if they forge their shit, that's not going to
That's
fall
on you for
Right.
not looking at how many vowels were in his fucking name.
But that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, we understand that all of these services like Uber or BetterHelp, they're the pop-up carnivals of, amusement parks. Like, this isn't
Right.
But
inspected
any
properly.
corporation is going to have wording like that in the fine print. So,
Yeah.
I'm sure hospitals have it in the papers you
So
sign.
BetterHelp,
I feel like urgent cares were definitely like, this guy's really not a doctor. You know that, right?
BetterHelp was just covering their
This is just
ass.
an Indian kid. we put scrubs on him and get to work.
I went to an urgent care to see about this bald spot that popped up on my head last year, and they literally charged me $200 to be like, yeah, we don't do that.
It looks like
It was stress.
It looks like Steve-O played a prank on you. Don't fall asleep around the Jackass guys. You know that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just stress. You're like randomly going bald.
I used to get stress patches like that in my beard, and then they came out. One just popped up like last October, and it just got bigger. And then when it came back, it just came back gray.
See, I would just get some sort because you're black, which is awesome. You get to do some sort of funky design with it. Once you have your barber,
I tried that. Yeah, my Dominican barber, he tried to put like the Basquiat crown over it for a little while. We were having fun with it for a little while.
Yeah.
Now I just kind of embraced it that the gray grows back. I kind of like
I
it.
gotta be honest with you, it doesn't even like I don't even notice it. Is it gray or is it bald?
It's bald. The gray is there, but the grays are so thin. I mean, because the hair is just
Why
struggling
don't
to
you
go
just
back
do
there.
leopard spots?
Oh, yeah, that'd be good, right?
Yeah.
Really stand out.
So yes, I'm really uncomfortable with your daughter being here. There's things that I wanted to talk about today.
It's muted out there.
Is it muted?
I think so. There's no sound out there, right? Serene, come to the window if you can hear me.
It was the headphones out there were on, so she may hear a little bit. I just turned them off.
Okay.
Oh, Jimmy said no.
Yeah.
Jimmy said no. Thank God. Don't leave her out there with Jimmy.
Jesus Christ. She knows how to defend herself. I
No,
taught her.
I was just going to, thank God Eric's on the other side of that.
I taught her how to stab and twist. She'll be all right.
That's great. Look, we have a great show planned today.
Is that like a whip and a nay-nay?
Great show planned today. Look, we have a lot to talk about. Let's get plugs out of the way really quick. It is the Real Ass Podcast Wednesday show. I'll be on the road on Friday, so I will not be here. I think you guys are going to get another bye, guys.
Seems very plausible.
Yeah, tomorrow night I will be. If you guys are listening live, Phoenix, Arizona area, fuck it. Or if you want to just drive, come the fuck out, guys. Myself, Kurt Metzger, This Shit End Well tour. We are going to be having a lot of fun in Phoenix tomorrow night. One show, 8 p.m. Come support. Dave Temple, what would you like to promote?
DaveTempleComedy.com is the website. It's up and running. It's new and improved. Everything is up there. Look at it this way. Temple University, Unpopular Opinions, which is a great show I do Tuesdays and Thursdays on Instagram Live at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You guys should both come on. Show dates. We're doing pop-up shows in Long Island City. Pop-up shows down in Philadelphia. I'll be in McAllister, Pennsylvania, July 26th. So go to DaveTempleComedy.com. Get caught up on all of this stuff and come and see us. Hang out, man. We're bringing comedy back.
Zach Amico.
Follow me on Instagram, Zach is not funny. Check out my other show here on the network, Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show, Fridays at midnight, comics talking shit while we watch a movie, and Catalyst Wrestling every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. here on Gas Digital. And I got a new shirt up on podcastmerch.com, my Amico 666 shirt, Pride Edition. I'm giving half of all the money from every shirt to the Trevor Project, which does crisis counseling and suicide prevention services for LGBTQ youth.
Fuck yeah. Guys, check out all the other podcasts here on the network, GasDigitalNetwork.com. It's the only podcast network you really need to subscribe to. Over 9,000 hours of streaming content available at your fingertips. The entire on-demand library is for all of the shows on the network. We have 22 incredible shows on the Gas Digital Network. If you don't know, I mean, we have Believe You Me with Michael Bisping, Can't Get Right with Kurt Metzger, The Capital Wrestling Show Live, Comedy Fight Club, High Society Radio, House of Hardcore podcasts with Tommy Dreamer, Godfrey Podcast, Irish Goodbye, Joss the Show, Legion of Skanks, No Disrespect with Justin Silver and Mike Vecchione. We got fucking No Need for Apologies, Part of the Problem, obviously the Real Ass Podcast. The Thing Is, Ding, Without a Country with Joe DeRosa and Corinne Fisher. You're welcome with Michael Malice. So many shows, guys. 22 incredible shows, and we're launching a brand new one. Brand new show we're adding to the roster. I think we're going to be announcing it next week.
It's a really good one.
It's a fucking great show. No hints, Zach.
No, it's slamming. It's a great show.
No hints.
You guys are adding on new content. Good.
Regularly.
What is going on over at Compound?
Compound, they're imploding. I'm kidding. Yeah, check out the other all the merch at podcastmerch.com. We're going to be launching this week as well the campaign shirts for Legion of Skanks, the presidential election, which I think I'm going to fucking take over. I think a lot of people they're pretending they're going to vote for Jay, but you know you want me as a leader. I swear to God, if they don't vote me for president of Legion of Skanks, I'm completely going to recluse.
You're going to go into...
Excuse myself. That is, but I was thinking of a different one.
Okay.
Recuse.
Can we please start a campaign? I just want people to be
Recluse.
on social media posting that they voted You know what I mean? But it's only for the Legion of Skanks president.
I want to excuse myself from all production duties with Legion of Skanks if they do not vote for me. I swear to God. You can have Big J. You guys can have him fucking bringing fart porn every week. It will literally be, hey, let's go to World Star, and now that first hour of the show is done, let's go to fart porn. So have fun with that, guys. The only reason we're doing this.
Big J's format is literally what you do on the toilet. Is literally how you scroll through your phone when you take a shit.
That is the production value that you will get. Is the same thing that you do every day when you shit. You will that is Legion of Skanks podcast in the future. The only reason we're doing the fucking election and all the production that's gone into it is because I rallied the troops and said, no, we need to go above and beyond. Shannon.
Yes.
Am I not the most inspirational leader?
You absolutely are.
I really am. Mm-hmm. Stop fucking you know what's funny? We're next week on Legion of Skanks. We're doing lie detector tests. We bought like $160 lie detector test that it's like apparently like FBI quality, and we're asking all the female Legion of Skanks producers like Becky and Alex if I've ever made them feel uncomfortable sexually, and we are not inviting Shannon in on this bit. This bit will be.
I'm the only other female employee.
Shut up, Shannon. Shut your dumb tits. Keep them keep them over there.
Now show them titties.
I feel like Alex and
You're
Becky.
gonna-
There's
no, you're
no
gonna
way
be
Alex
fine.
and Becky made.
Alex is tripping all the time, and Becky's not human.
I think I'm going to be good. I think I'm
you're
safe
gonna
on
be
this
fine.
one. I really do. Can I also say this? Like, all the female comics are freaking out about how fucking dudes are like creeps in comedy, and I know that there's guys that are creeps in comedy. We all know this, okay? But I do not think it's anywhere near as bad as most other industries. If you worked on Wall Street or in sales, do you know how fucking bad it would be? Do you know how much like it's in entertainment and comedy in particular, guys are fucking terrified right now of getting like canceled and you know getting a bad reputation. So it's pretty fucking safe. Like I don't think any dude would even try to do any fuckery right now with a female comic at all. Like even in the slightest bit, it's like a terrifying world out there to even try to fuck around with female comics. So I just don't really understand. Like female comics are so grabby and fucking look, dude. The amount of female comics that are out there that just throw it out. Like straight up, we'll just throw it out and try to fuck, and they're horny, and I have no problem with that. I think it's cool. I'm like, great, good. Everyone should be able to fuck. But it's sort of a weird thing because I feel like female comics are substantially more aggressive sexually than male comics. At the very least, out in the open.
Well, that's what they wanted to be. That's what all of them wanted to be. They want to be the aggressor. There's a shame in it. So you kind of have to allow them. But when they pick and choose and the guys that don't get chose, they go to close the deal. And that's where it becomes a weird, like any girl that I've ever talked to that's talked about a guy being creepy and has ever told me about the guy being creepy, you kind of sit there and you go like, I thought that's just what you do to get laid. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you're like, holy shit, thank God, you know, I wasn't on the prowl in here because I would have been labeled a creep. You know?
Of course. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've been on the prowl before.
Hey, girl, you want to touch my stress spot?
Yeah. Could you imagine that? And then he asked me to touch this spot on his head. Gross.
Yeah, why do you have so much stress right now, Dave? What's going on in your life? Are you hiding something? Are you afraid of something? You're losing your fucking hair.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know everything that was going on with me. I just ended a 10-year relationship. You know what I mean? They're moving to Arizona. You know,
Are they moving to Arizona?
Yeah.
Ah.
So, you know, we're going through all of that. But
I get it.
I handled it, you know, like Stewie said, to the black man. Thanks for taking it all in stride.
Yeah, dude. I just think, you know, even like entertainers in general, like girls back in high school that were in the drama society, those girls wanted to suck your cock off your body. They were so sexual.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that we were muted out there again.
I think, dude, I believe even driving into the city, I had on Legion of Skanks. So, like, I think I'm telling you, we had to talk before she came in. I'm like, trust me, these guys aren't racist. That was the main thing I tried to explain to her. They're not like racist.
No, it's funny. It's irony. No, start ironing my clothes, darky. That's what I was telling her. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Yeah. So, yeah, I am a nice guy. Thank you very much. Genocide in the chat, which, by the way, if you guys want to subscribe, GasStationNetwork.com, remember, use that promo code RAP. Get a 14-day free trial. Join the live chat. Genocide said, I've met Lewis. He's such a nice guy. Goddamn right.
Is that a girl, you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Genocide's a girl. Yeah, I'm nice as shit. It's also like I can't be a creep. You know what I'm saying? Like if I were
It would be too much.
Shannon, shut the fuck up. Why are you laughing? Why are you cackling like a pig in the fucking booth?
I'm thinking about the first time I met you.
What'd I do?
It was at Legion of Skanks at the stand.
Hell yeah.
And
hold on, you're also not a female in the industry. You were just a big-titted fucking
fan.
Yeah, but you got those big fake titties. What am I? Okay, you're not putting something out there, but continue your stupid story.
So I was just saying I'm a fan.
We're gonna delete this. Go ahead.
And then we took a picture together.
did. Oh,
and then you
fuck
took
yeah.
my phone and started scrolling through my phone for nudes.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Upon first meeting you. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay,
all right.
Shannon. But I let you know.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
It was after you held my phone in your hand for a few minutes because I wasn't used to that people doing.
Did
such
I
a
find?
thing.
Did I find any?
I didn't know. I don't have nudes in my phone.
Well,
At least not where you can find them.
Damn it. That used to be my move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
We
that
were a
work?
fan though.
Yeah, because it does lower the wall. Like, okay, if I find something, if you let me see the nudes,
Yeah.
we've broken a wall. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Yeah.
I wanted to break a wall with Shannon. Shit, I mean, you gotta understand, Shannon, you show up with your boobs are that big.
I had a turtleneck on, a turtleneck dress because I came from my office
That's
job.
how big her boobs are. They were popping up through the turtleneck under her fucking chin. It was crazy. Okay? Yeah, I don't know, Shannon. I got the vibe from you. I thought you wanted to fuck.
That's not my fault.
I did get the vibe from Shannon. And also, Shannon has admitted on this show in the past that in the beginning she was a little bit interested. And now she's backtracking. Now she's backtracking because it's convenient, okay? But
I didn't know that.
She didn't realize you were like that in real life.
Jesus Christ.
hey, Shannon, you're still here.
Yeah.
She still made the decision.
I don't think that. I don't think that.
your
I don't think
comedy
that
was
counts
intentional.
though. Someone
years
can still-
later, hold on. So years later, she gets a fucking job with me and says, "You know what? That's a guy that I want to work for." Shannon, you are damaged.
Yeah.
That was your first impression of me. You are damaged.
Well, this is years later.
Yeah. So you think I've changed that much?
No.
Let me see your
I
phone
know
right now, Shannon.
How did you get past it, Shannon? Like maybe you could give some advice to some of the other women that listening. Like how did you get to see that Lewis was a nice guy? Like
Oh, I never got to see that. But
Shannon.
how I got past it was years later when I was interviewing, I guess you'd call it, to be intern on YKWd. Lewis then, I guess, had remembered me from meeting or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, on YKWd.
I was still trying. I was still trying to lay down that fucking foundation.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if Deepu had big tits,
Yeah, I was the only female, so yeah.
Doggy, Shannon, she kept on trying to get me to do her podcast. And
Yeah.
She's like, we can do it over the phone. I was like,
Jade did the same thing to me.
yeah, of course. I ain't doing it over the phone. You want to do a podcast? We're doing it face to face.
that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I hated when I started in New York.
Hold on, let me say this, okay? I'm not pretending to be. When I met Shannon, I wanted to bang Shannon.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to bang Shannon when they meet Shannon? But now that Shannon works for me, I don't want to. I mean, I kind of do still, but I would.
I would.
But I wouldn't go through Shannon's phone and look at her pictures now, right,
no.
Shannon?
But the idea of her just throwing her head back and going "fuck me, boss."
You guys are just building her case right now.
Whatever.
This is what I'd be subjected to at work.
By the way, you both owe me $50.
What did I do?
For
By the way,
the-
can we watch her blackmail me for not me tooing me right now on camera
Yeah.
on the show?
I know it's from the Howard Stern thing. Remember we made the bet?
I do remember this. Fuck. Fine, Shannon. Fine. All right, but that was probably the only time that I was creepy. Why do I keep on burying myself?
Through the glasses, right?
Shannon gave me the vibe when I first met her. It's not like I don't go up to every chick. I'm telling you right now, if you're a chick and you give me the vibe and I get the vibe and I'm fucking ready to rock and you're ready to rock, I'm going to fucking go for it. I'm going to be a little flirt bag.
Yeah.
That's by the way, that's like a dirt bag that's being flirty as a flirt bag.
It's not like you gave her a
That's what I am.
vibrator for the office Secret Santa.
Yeah, seriously.
There's so many things that I don't even think are inappropriate anymore.
Shannon, she's so
I gave Shannon a
damaged.
vibrator for the office Secret Santa.
She's so damaged deep down inside. Sometimes I watch like just the way people talk in front of her, and I'm like,
Right.
if this was a normal work environment, it would be fucking over.
Just Stockholm syndrome. Jesus Christ.
But I feel like we have a case against her because like she knew what she was getting into when she came here. She listened to all the content. She continues to work here. She never complains about it to us. Shannon, you got to start complaining on paper. If you really want to start building a case,
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Shannon, because right now all we have is you giggling and laughing. And like, look,
Now show them titties.
it's a bit. She put that together, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. She edited that together herself. Now, is it sexual harassment to the the Juneteenth degree? Of course it is. But
We're in
she,
court and the jury's just 12 other girls who look like real dolls.
I don't know. Yeah, Shannon, when I met you, you were just a fucking. You also, when I met you, how long ago was this?
Got to be like 7 or 8 years ago.
7 or 8
When
years
were you
ago.
doing the...
Shannon's in her fucking, like, literally only maybe 3 or 4 years removed from her prime. Okay.
Yeah. She
7,
was
8
still
years
Spanish
ago.
looking then.
Yeah,
was
dark
fucking-
hair.
Fucking hot as shit back then. Shows up on, if you guys want to see the Shannon Lewis origin story, look up YKWD,
Poo Poo Dee Poo, I think.
Poo Poo Dee Poo. You will see they did a competition for a new producer. And Shannon, and also Robbie Bernstein, who heads our ad sales department now, and also co-hosts Dave Smith's podcast. But both those guys were YKWD rejects. Now, what is Dee Poo doing right now?
No idea.
Fucking working at a fucking Guitar Center or
Driving
something.
an Uber.
Yeah, probably. That was racist, Shannon. Now I'm gonna Shannon, do me a favor. Deep Uber. Shannon, I need you to take that moment and put it into a file marked Shannon's racism.
That's going to be the only thing in the file.
No, that's not true. We have a lot. We have a lot of things, and we're gonna actually build a case against Shannon as well. So when Shannon comes after us, we're also going after Shannon.
Countersuit.
But I have to build my case.
Yes, obviously, we're gonna fucking sue the shit out of you, Shannon. Okay?
Don't forget about the shooting at your club.
Yep, Shannon, we're gonna rape you in court.
Rape.
What? We are. She literally is making a file against us. Every time I say something, Shannon.
Stop saying us.
Yeah, especially because you left so much space for that to be edited out. You know?
I did make it an easy edit for Shannon. So, no, but Shannon, the point I'm making is 8 years ago, I wasn't famous. I'm not famous now. I'm barely a D-list celebrity right now. But 8 years ago, I had nothing going on. Shannon 8 years ago was better than she is today.
I found the pictures. Give me a second.
Oh,
of
where
when I
you
first
were?
Met you, or when we first met. The picture we took together. Hold on.
Oh, the picture we took together?
Yeah.
Oh,
People
yes.
who have
It's
pictures,
labeled Exhibit A.
people who could pull pictures like that off the clouds scare the shit out.
It's
of
on
me.
my Instagram.
Oh God. It's still-
Yeah, pull it up. Yeah, Shannon's like, she's like, pull it up off your Instagram and show the fans what we looked like back then. There was the sexual energy, and it was palpable. Okay, and I felt that energy off of you, and that's why I was flirty with you, Shannon. I will admit that I was flirty with you, but didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? I really got the vibe off. I really mean this.
I think though,
I'm dead ass. I got the vibe off Shannon.
because big tits kind of do that, right? Like they make everyone you talk to kind of feel special.
Fake titties do. Yeah, there's like I was just like they were talking directly to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't push up on Shannon, but Shannon always seems to be very interested in everything I have to say. You know what I mean? Like,
It's because we're at my job, so I have to be nice to the guests.
Shannon, stop flirting with the guest, you pig.
Shannon's always happy to see me. Like
There
what
we
the
go.
fuck is that?
We got a character witness, Dave Temple. Thank you very much, Temple. You're good here. This is me. Look at me and look at the fucking vibe. Look at that. Shannon, zoom in a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, I
Let me
do
say.
remember that,
Look
Shannon,
at what
yeah.
came up on my memories from 2013. The first time I met Gomez Comedy at the Stand after Skanks. He was, even as gross as I was here, he went through my pics on my phone. LOL. Hell yeah, I did.
Oh, 2013. So
Look
yes,
at
7
that.
years ago.
So that's 7 years ago, 2013. Look at you. You look like a fucking
Even as
snack.
gross as I was, you felt like you were gross there.
That was a chubby.
No,
You
you're
need
hot.
some black girlfriend, Shannon. I wish everyone could have. That's what we need to do. We need to figure out how to get every white girl a little bit of black girl confidence. Like you saw that You About to Lose Your Job video, right?
Yes.
That girl that has her stomach out and she could care less. We need
Yeah.
more white women to have
Black girls
some
don't
of
give a shit, dude. Black girls will just be like, yo, I look good, motherfucker.
that. Yeah.
All right, I guess she looks good.
Well, they don't. They know they don't, but that's the thing. You know, they fake it till they make it.
But all right, so Shannon, the point that I'm making is, at the time, 7 years ago, I was just getting started in comedy. Things were just rolling, right? You know, I've been doing comedy for a little while, but I'm a young buck. I'm a little kitten. I'm a little kitty cat. Meow. Meow. I didn't know what I was doing. Then this fucking vixen walks into the stand just fucking like Jessica Rabbit, like a young Jessica Rabbit, just ba-bong, ba-bong, ba-bong. And I'm sitting there like, oh my, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
I will make the case right now that Shannon sexually harassed me the first time that we met and put these thoughts in my head because you were hotter than I was famous at the time.
Yeah.
The power dynamic was different.
Power dynamic was extremely different.
Just by you not wearing a burqa, like a Muslim garb, when you came to the stand, you were in the wrong.
And then I also was like, okay, this chick, she's hiding. She's wearing a turtleneck, which is obviously means she's shameful of her hoary ways. That is like very psychological what you're doing right there. That's actually hoarier than wearing a hoary dress. I think I figured it out.
I think that is
I figured out
that's
the
actually
angle.
pretty true though. Like being dressed up as a whore, like okay, we get it, but when you're trying to hide it, then you're actually selling it a bit more.
Yeah, I felt like she was just trying to get through a hotel lobby to go see a John without being noticed.
Yeah.
That's what was going on with Shannon. And I'm just a young buck. I'm a young fucking buck. There was no Gas Digital. Legion of Skanks had just barely started. Jesus, Shannon, why would you do that? Why would you victimize me like that?
Can I ask then what is appropriate for a female to wear?
Not,
Don't dress like a whore. Don't cover up. This is why I dress like a boy here in t-shirt and jeans all the time.
I think you dress appropriately.
T-shirt.
I feel like-
see, I like tomboys, so I don't know. T-shirt and jeans is kind of hot to me.
I like Uncle Tom boys. I gave you guys my formula the other day of how my mind works. I just do word association
Until one works.
until sometimes
But when
it
they
works.
work, it's great.
Wait a minute though, an Uncle Tomboy, that is a hilarious concept right
a great.
there.
Yeah.
Those are like the black lesbians that wear boxers and a guinea tee.
No,
Yeah,
but,
yeah, those are Uncle
but
Tom
they're
boys.
dressed,
That's fucking
they're still
hilarious,
dressed like
dude.
white guys on CNN. You know what I mean?
It's like a black lesbian who supports Trump.
Speaks proper English and shit like
Dude, can we do Dave Temple as Uncle Tomboy? He's got to be. We're gonna put him in, dress him up as a black lesbian Trump supporter.
First of all, have you all noticed that lesbians, like the dude lesbians, they only dress like the worst kind of dudes, like the douchiest dudes. Like
Yeah.
no lesbian who dresses like a dude.
Yeah, they're just
ever-
like Guy Fieri.
Yeah. Like other than like Ellen, no one is like a respectable dude. It's just like, hey, here's my shirt and tie, and
Yeah.
I'm just a man out here. You know?
I think that there's a thing that like, even like with feminist chicks, whatever it is, they sort of want to. When they want to make it equal, it's not like they want to make men nicer. They just sort of want to be assholes. You know what I'm saying? They want to be like the dickheads for some reason. You know, it's like I'm sympathetic to the plight of the fucking female in the industry who's going like, oh yeah, there's a lot of shitty guys out there. I go like, yeah, we should change that. That shouldn't be the case. Guys shouldn't be able to fucking just grab chicks and fucking, have their way with them in the workspace. Have that conversation. But then they take it further and they go like, well, all fucking men are pieces of shit. Or they start to subcategorize things that are sort of like maybe a little bit borderline creepy behavior. And they start putting it under one umbrella where you're talking about like Bill Cosby and fucking guys who are, overly flirty or maybe using quote unquote the power dynamic to get laid. That's not the same thing. So the problem is you sort of like, you lose a lot of the people that will be on your side. You see this happen all the time with every big issue. It's like if you don't sort of see everything eye to eye on every angle, then they think you're a fucking enemy. So
Well, you posted the thing, like the left, every time they nail somebody or they start to get some momentum, they get drunk with power.
yeah.
And then they need to start canceling everybody. And then it gets out of control to the point where people go, all right, this is fucking
You just roll
over.
your eyes. You're like, all right, dude, well, I can't care. And this is why I think people think that we're defending like D'Elia or any of these guys. I'm not defending them. I'm sort of against the mob mentality, right? I'm against just completely jumping on board with this cancel culture movement and just immediately trying to destroy somebody because I get that it's fun. I get how it's funny to some people, but you do understand there are real people on the other end sometimes. Like there was this is an interesting video. If you look it up, Shannon, Dave Smith posted it. I retweeted it as well, so please look it up. It's a video of a guy shaming a woman. I guess he follows her and he pulls out his cell phone and he's getting her on camera saying, I guess the story is she called him the N-word and she flipped him off and then he followed her in the car and now is taking a video of her.
You do that in the other order, by the way. That's very anticlimactic.
So Let's see.
Yeah, I know the video. You know what's funny too? This is the worst time to do that. Like flip people off or call people the N-word because clearly people have time on their hands. So it's just like,
Especially on
There's one that you retweeted from Dave, and it says that the account is temporarily unavailable because it violates the rules.
the video
I
he's
don't know if
talking
that
about
was the
though is
one.
definitely on WorldStar. WorldStar, where you go for all of your news now.
Yeah, Big J.
But yeah, I just want to tackle one issue at a time. Like, can we finish being mad at Asians? I wasn't done with that.
Yeah, we're still on it.
And that just went away.
We
you know
moved
what
too
I
fast.
mean?
Well, all the fucking white chicks in comedy that were mad about, oh my God, say her name, Breonna Taylor, say her name. Yeah, well now it's say his name, Crystalia, say like that. They just move on. That's how little fucking they care.
God damn it! Somebody had and I don't want to try and steal their joke, but somebody had the best fucking state. Somebody was like, "Well, we found out how long white women can be mad for somebody else for. Apparently, it's about a week and a half.
Yeah.
and then they're back on their shit.
Dude, they fucking love if it's
That's-
their
There's
shit.
5 black guys hanging
Yeah.
in trees.
That's-
They don't give a fuck, dude.
This man asked for nudes.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest with you. It's like fine, like let the people fucking but exactly, like you have to look at how it's almost like how do you fucking get up and just not how are you not embarrassed that you go from something which is such a serious issue to something that is like, just not that much of a fucking problem in comedy. It's not that much of a problem. It's just guys preying on females is not a comedy exclusive problem. And to be honest with you, I don't think that it's really a big problem just in general. Now, I mean, yeah, we fucking hunt for chicks, dude, and we're horny guys, and some guys are more aggressive, quote unquote, than other guys. Some guys take the fucking shot. And here's the problem: when you take the shot and the girl's not into it, it's very easy to go like, oh, dude, I was giving him a vibe of like, no, I wasn't into it at all. And then he still went for it and he comes off as creepy. But that's also not fair. I mean, the reality is, Shannon, would you rather you want to fucking bait a guy who's never going to take the chance and or is going to ask every step of the way? Or do you want a guy who's going to try to kiss you?
Yeah, but as long as like the guy is reading cues.
Reading through your phone. I know. That's what I was doing. I was specifically trying to read through your phone, and now you're giving me shit about it years later.
But see, there's a weird, that pullback is where it gets scary. You know what I mean? Because it's like girls will do things like, you ever meet somebody and do like the first night where they're like, oh, wow, this is crazy. I just feel so comfortable and I would love to hook up with you, but nah, I'll see you later. Okay. And then they get in the Uber, but then they're texting you, oh, I really should have had you come with me. Would you still come? Here's my address.
Right.
Then you catch the Uber, you get there, and they're like, oh my God, it's so crazy. Like, what are you doing here? I can't even believe you're here. Like, it's always that pullback of like not giving
Sounds very
into.
specific.
Yeah, you sound like you're talking about a girl that this happened with.
There's multiple. You guys have never experienced this shit.
No, not that specific story, no.
Okay.
So the guy, here's the thing, the guy that Dave tweeted about, he took this video of this chick and the woman is screaming and crying and he's like, you flipped me off, miss. He's like, Karen, he keeps on calling her Karen so condescendingly. If you call somebody a Karen, I do believe to her face, she has the right to call you the N-word right there and then.
Whoa.
It's an equal and opposite reaction. I do
love it.
believe that.
I love it.
I wholeheartedly believe it. If I call
Unpopular
somebody
opinion.
a fucking Karen, she can call me a spick. It is essentially, it is as demeaning right now, to be honest with you. I think it is, societally speaking, it is worse to be that woman than it is to be a black person.
So we finally found an
Not-
N-word towards white people.
Yeah, that's what it is. But it's not, I'm not saying it's worse for white women than it is for black people. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying sort of the public opinion
Right.
overall. Like if you were just to take the temperature of the way the public views, these chicks, or like right now being a black person, it's pretty good right now. If you're
Yeah,
a black
we
person,
got you on the ropes.
You guys are fucking setting up society to really take over, and white people are giving it to you. It's like, holy shit, dude. Never have I seen white people lay
They
down.
were taking a dive.
White people don't give a fuck, dude. White people are like, it's pathetic. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been talking about this for as long as possible, but white people just need to have,
This is Rocky V for white people.
it's sad. It's just like, and it's why you're creating, like, dude, people are becoming more and more into like politics and social issues on the other side, and are, you're pushing people to that side that wouldn't normally be there.
I've said this for a while, that white people are getting very domesticated and your ancestors would be very disappointed in you all right now. You know what I mean? Like you guys are becoming the purse dog compared to like a wolf. Like a fucking wolf would look at that grandson of his that's in a purse of an Upper East Side woman and be like, what the fuck happened to my grandson? You know what I mean? And that's what it is.
I think about like that like World War II generation. If they knew there was an entire generation of adult men who post that they like chicken nuggies.
Chicken niggies?
Didn't work that time.
Yeah.
It did. I liked it, dude. Fuck it. I'll give it a go. Chicken niggies.
But I love that because that's all we were looking for was a word.
Rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it.
I liked it.
We were looking for a word to get the same reaction that the N-word was getting. And now we have one with Karen. Kurt Metzger and I, we thought it would be Goonies. Goonies was a good term to call white people.
Right.
That was just as bad as the N-word. You remember the movie
No,
The Goonies?
Karen, it's Karen and Becky for the younger girls, right?
Yeah.
And what are the guys? Do the guys have a...
I think
Chad.
Goonies. I think Goonies is it.
I think it's Chad. They say Chad.
Chad, is there one for the guys? I have no idea. But it doesn't even matter. I don't give a shit. Like, but let me tell you something. Like, if you fucking call somebody that, you're going to get a visceral reaction out of them. And they might call you the N-word. And to be honest with you, I don't really blame them because you're being a fucking asshole. Yeah. What you're doing is, I told the story on the podcast the other day where I was calling that kid white boy over and over again. And I'll reiterate it because I do think it is sort of, it does relate. And, I just remembered this story recently that this had even happened. But I was on the bus after school one day, and there was a kid who was like an Abercrombie and Fitch kid, like preppy sort of kid. And this is when I was in middle school. I was sort of like thuggy in middle school. I used to wear like all like Boss jeans and fucking, I was like more of like a hip hop kid. And I kept on, me and this kid got into an argument or whatever, and I kept on calling a white boy. And after like the fourth or fifth white boy, he just let go. And it was like, fuck you, you nigger. And I was like, whoa. Like, and everyone was like, whoa. Like, it was like a big, and then I remember I asked racist, and he was like, well, you were saying racist shit. And it squashed. Nothing happened there. We didn't fight or whatever. But then I kind of walked away, and it was a moment where I was like, well, he's sort of right. He's not like, and I don't think of this kid today. I don't think he's racist. I don't think he's out there, hurting people. In a moment, he was upset. I went there. I brought it into that realm.
It was an in case of emergency break glass situation.
Yeah, he wanted to hurt me the same way that I was hurting him. And I really don't think that this kid is racist or even like, I don't think even that his parents were necessarily racist. This was just sort of him being, losing control of his words in a moment, right? And I think that, we need to fucking understand people say and do stupid shit when they're upset. That, I'll say the most visceral shit. People that I love. Think about your girlfriend or your wife or your boyfriend, whoever it is.
I call her the N-word all the time.
Somebody that you really love, right? And you have a fight with them, a really bad argument, and you say the thing you shouldn't say. You fucking go there, right? And you sort of let go and you fucking go like, shit, did I just say that? She's never going to unhear that, And this is the person you love.
Yeah.
Now imagine it's some fucking kid on your block setting off fireworks. I mean, come on. What are you going to do?
Dude, they're driving me crazy. 3:30 in the fucking morning. Almost hitting my window.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, I apologize. So the point about the guy that Dave tweeted about, I looked into his Twitter. Ooh. And this guy has a bunch of these videos where somebody calls him the N-word and he chases them down and takes their license plate and their home. Now he's taking this one's license plate and she's crying. She's going, no, dude. And she's like crazy. I don't even know what's going on. But he's going, she lives right here. He's giving her address. And I'm going like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get this woman killed?
I love it.
I think it's awful. I think it's fucking absolutely awful.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
To fucking have, that is the new thing to do, which is to try to put people's information out there with the end result that they lose their job, they lose their life. You find the next woman in the park, right? So you get to go viral off of something that may not be true, but maybe somebody fucking puts a bullet through this woman's fucking head.
Yeah.
So even if she did say the N-word, I don't really care. To be honest with you, she still doesn't deserve to fucking possibly have a brick go through her window. What if she's got a fucking baby that lives in the front of her house and somebody puts a brick through her fucking window and they kill that baby?
Nah.
You don't think so?
That she has a baby? No one's fucking that woman. No.
Yeah, that's completely wrong. In fact, I would probably bet that she has a child. And that guy, no, let me tell you something. The N-word doesn't work that way. And Temple, please chime in on this. Please let me know.
Most of them don't work at all.
White people don't call people the N-word to their face that often. They are not that's ballsy.
But that's why it's coming out so much now. That's why it's coming out so much. I think like a lot of people are trying it, especially the older white women. they've been repressed. They never got a chance to do it, and they're like, "Fuck it, the world's coming to an end. Let it rip."
I don't think so.
You don't
I don't
think so?
that since in the past month, since these Black Lives Matters protests have happened, that this guy has found 3 white women to call him the N-word. I don't
you're
Oh
think
no,
acting
he's
like this
doing
is
something.
the-
He's definitely doing something. I haven't been called the N-word in a while.
to
You
your
know what I
face.
mean?
Think about how rare in your life you've been called the N-word by a white person to your face. Because
Right.
it's like, I'm talking about like, it's rare. Racism like that, people that say the N-word, they say it behind closed doors.
Right.
Either they say it in a funny way, or if they're saying it in a hateful way, it's very rare even that people are like, these fucking niggers are moving into my neighborhood. Like, that is a specific, like, down
That's a
south
sect of people.
Right.
You know, like a very specific sect of people. Racism, even that overt, is rare to find, right? Somebody that would call somebody the N-word, especially a woman to a black guy, I'm just putting on my fucking detective hat here. That is rare. That is so rare. So when I see this happening all over the place, I just take it with a grain of salt every single time. I really, really do.
He's doing something, either actions or he's provoking people. or
Right.
if that happened in the last month 3 times,
Yeah.
there's got to be something to it.
And that's crazy. And I don't.
But you're not
Shane,
allowed
can I
to
get a little
victim
bit of,
shame. You're not allowed to victim shame. You're not allowed to ask, what was he doing?
This guy's
You're
not a
allowed to
fucking. This guy
ask.
wants to be a viral star. He's got a Twitter following and a TikTok following.
Yeah.
And I think that that's wrong. And if his account was suspended, I would be interested in finding out if that's why they did it. Because it's not. I don't know if it's not true or what. But I just feel like David made the point of like, even if she called me N-word, this woman's like mentally ill. She's crying and screaming, and you're showing her license plate on your for what? I mean, I don't really understand what the point of that is. Even if somebody says the N-word, I don't think that person just deserves to be called a mean name.
Right,
It's
but
equal and opposite
this is
reaction.
where you're going to figure out that people like us and our line of work, where we get to express ourselves this way all week long, we're healthier than most people.
That's true.
We're way those people don't get to get that out anywhere. You guys at least get to get it out in jokes and stuff like that, so you're never really going to blow up on somebody. Lewis, you kind of blow up a lot, but you know what I mean? You need to podcast more, you know what I mean? It's more.
I do want to say, Lou, I think there are more overtly racist people than you think, because they're not saying it to you. I have a demeanor where people are very comfortable.
You do look like you make alcohol in a bathtub.
Yes. And I cannot tell. I've been at bars where the bartender very quietly has come to me to express a problem with maybe someone who didn't tip.
Okay.
And that's the word they used.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
So I would say that's probably a handful of times in your life that's happened, and you've gone to bars a billion times. So it's not even so much that I know racism exists. I know, okay?
But I mean,
like,
it's not just the South. It's
But you can
any
you
poor
can
area.
you can get past that. Like, all right, this is going to
I'm
sound
just saying
bad.
that it's not so much. You're right that happens. When I say overt, I'm saying a person that's willing to look at a black person and call them an N-word to their face. That is extraordinarily rare. Unless it's like a really provoked thing. And by the way, we watch them all the time on World Star. But the reason we watch it is so rare. It shows up when it happens.
Plus, it's like skydiving. Like, you want to like chug an energy drink first. It's terrifying.
But it's like, you know, these you know, I'm sorry, I just keep on thinking that Red Bull doesn't actually give you wings, Zach. But I know it's a bad joke. But I still had to say it. Sorry, I just got into my head. I was like, don't say it.
Well, that's how you get it. Here, I have wings.
God damn it. Holy shit, he's brought it back. Save the joke. That's when you miss a shot and then Zach came in and tapped it in. Wow. I love it. Yeah, I just don't see that many white women that are 40 years old calling black guys the N-word. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you're black and you listen to this show, but I mean, Temple, how often does that happen to you? How many times in your life has a white person called you the N-word to your face?
Shit, to my face. It was
Not
a
counting
white
Kumia.
kid.
Yeah, white kid. Kumia's never even said it. You know what I mean? Kumia. It's funny when I'm on Kumia's show. He tones it down. definitely, which is a funny thing because, you know, I'm not that kind of guy. I just go, hey, 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 I'm like policing. But it's funny to watch people.
you do your Fat Albert impression for Cumia? He loves it. He really loves a good Fat Albert.
Right, but I've never been the kind of person that censors anybody, but it is funny that people still tone it down for me, which that's fine. Live your thing, however. But I've never, I think I was about 14 years old in a fight with a kid that actually like gave me the hard N-word, you know what I mean? And that was because he was losing the fight.
Was he, do you think he was racist, or do you think he was just upset and trying to hurt you?
I think that he...
Also, a terrible strategy when you're already losing a fight to a black person.
Well, here's
like, you know what? Let me try to get in his head.
Here's the craziest thing about it, too. I knew the kid very well. His grandmother was my neighbor, so we grew up together, and we were friends as kids. And
that's not the N-word that she used to describe you.
she probably did it. Oh, that's funny. She probably, you know.
You never heard that one?
I did. It took me a while to process it because of caffeine and shit. But yeah, I don't know. It's never been there. Probably in sports, playing other high schools where, you know, there's a white high school. They would definitely drop it at the line in football, you know, line of scrimmage and shit.
That's also just terrible strategy.
And the people in the crowd going, who do you think's going to win?
I just feel like it's a terrible strategy to get them more angry. You know, that would be fucking.
Well, it would. Some guys would get kicked out of the game.
Hey, which team brought their kids?
Shannon, pull up the. There's on BuzzFeed. There was a list of 17 racist like things in television that it made me sick.
Losing.
Well, here's what's BuzzFeed. Here's what's fucked up. So BuzzFeed puts this list out, and they're essentially going like, "Hey, if you guys want some more stuff to cancel, it's fucking bananas." Okay. Wow. It is crazy out there. Like like they're going after old shit now too, where it's like Jimmy Kimmel got in trouble for some old shit. Stern got in trouble for old shit. I remember when I was in high school.
Yeah, dude, we're doing statues of dead people. That's
crazy. I bought in high school when I was 16 years old at Hot Topic. They used to sell an army jacket, and it had a German flag on the sleeve, and it was just like at Hot Topic, a mass-produced store. And it's like, all that is like, you know, to sort of the naked eye, it's just Nazi symbolism. I don't care. I mean, no offense to the German fan base, but if you have a fucking military jacket with a German flag, you know, especially at that time back then, it was like for goth kids that thought like sort of Nazi symbolism was cool. And
well, they wanted to scare people with the Columbine shit too.
Yeah, well, exactly. There was the Columbine thing was really, it almost became a thing that Hot Topic used as weird marketing. So they would start selling trench coats. Yeah. And they would sort of like that trench coat mafia thing became a style, you know? And I remember I had that jacket, but I remember like right now that if that came out right, they would have to fucking apologize for it, or they would have to like recall it, and they would have to make a statement. That happens a lot now where you'll see like they put something out and you're like, remember it was like they had like pajamas that looked like Nazi camp. It's like numbers and like a Jewish star. And like, what the fuck is that?
They had a turtleneck that had the blackface lips on it.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know what those companies do? Those companies are putting those items out on purpose to get in trouble so they can show you the response. And I say this all the time because you can make a mistake. I mean, we sell T-shirts, right? We you know, mistakes happen all the time, and it's how you deal with that mistake. So if you fuck up somebody's order and you go, "Oh, sorry, not our fault," and then you'll get another T-shirt in a few weeks, then they're like, "Yeah, these guys suck." If you go, "Holy shit, like we're really sorry about that. This is completely our fault. We apologize. Let's send you a mug and a T-shirt to make up for it. We're going to give you a refund."
Everybody wants to be the priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just found that out of myself, dude, that I'm a dickhead. I tried to get Hertz to give me a refund on a car that I rented because the steering was a little bit loose. Like one time they refunded me for an inconvenience. Like I had like a plane get delayed and I rented a car and they wouldn't allow me, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Here, free rental. Take the car back wherever you want and just return it. No charge. You're a gold member." And I'm like, okay. That happened to me once. Now, anytime anything goes wrong with a rental, I am a fucking cunt. Like, where's my discount? Where are my points? You know what I mean? And I don't know how I got that way.
Right. Yeah. I think that, oh shit, I lost track
My
of what
bad.
we're talking about. No, it's okay.
Hot
how we
Topic,
get there?
German shirt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So how these companies, all right, so the point is, but how these companies deal with the response. So what they do is they go, "Oh, shoot, let's put out this fucking Nazi thing, right? And then we'll put it out. And then when they come after us, which nobody's probably coming after, they probably hire a marketing company to come after them themselves and to put it out there and make it go viral. And then they go, "Oh my God, we're so sorry." And in that moment, people go, "Oh my God, you're a piece of shit." But then they respond that way. They go Black Lives Matter or whatever else it is. And then everyone goes, "Hoorah, they're better." I would bet you that there's something to that. I bet you there's something going on behind the scenes.
I think it's people who are hired as a company in PR who have nothing to do. So they come up with a controversy to prove their worth to their company. Like, there's no way you can't, like, the fact that this Aunt Jemima thing, you can't tell me that they were set up with the infrastructure to respond and get the message out that fast. You know what I mean? Like, they've been happily making syrup and pancakes for years. Why would they focus on having a PR team that even can respond?
Yeah.
It feels like a PR team came in and was like, hey, we
Right
want to
now.
be here.
Oh, of course.
And
Oh,
now
right
they're like,
now?
oh, shit. We need something to do to validate our jobs.
Of course.
Let's start a little. Hey, people find the symbol upset. Hey, this is what you hired us for. We'll fix it. You know
It's
what
stupid.
I mean?
So when it gets crazy out there. So people don't even know shit like this. So when I was having my problems with She Who Shall Not Be Named, I contacted a lawyer because she was literally painting a picture of me that was just untrue. She was actively trying to hurt me. And I just wanted to make sure I protected myself. If it got too crazy, she went after sponsors of mine. Like, she was a fucking real cunt. Let's get real, okay? Now, here's what's
real
funny.
Karen.
Here's what's funny. One of the lawyers that I spoke to referred me to a PR firm that destroys people online.
Yeah, wow.
Their whole thing is to actively destroy people.
I bet you it's gay dudes, too. I bet you it's a office full of gay dudes.
And I refused to go there. I was like, I'm not going to pay somebody to fucking destroy somebody's character online. I think that's fucking gross. But that company exists. Yeah. I was put in contact with them. I spoke with them on the phone to find out what they were sort of about. And I was like, no, that's really grimy and a really shady way to fucking live life. But there's entire companies out there that's what they're there for. Their design, the existence is PR firms, and they will fuck with you. So when you see these attacks happen in a very, like, you see Jeff Ross sort of avoiding it, and you're like, why is he avoiding it? Somebody's got either good PR or a bad PR firm involved.
Yeah.
With Chris D'Elia, like, it was we watched it happen with Aziz. That we heard about Aziz before Aziz popped. We heard about Louis way before Louis popped. These are very deliberate, planned attacks, and they're done in a way that is it's a lot more organized than a couple chicks tweeting
Having
some
a
shit out.
revelation altogether by fucking osmosis.
Yeah.
No, it's a planned attack.
Yeah, it really is.
Which is, I mean, here's the thing, and I'll play devil's advocate where kudos for them for learning how to figure out the game. Because if they weren't able to get ahead or dominate in any way because they simply weren't capable, they figured out another way. Like, it's like if there's an alpha in a group and everyone below that alpha kind of doesn't agree, they kind of organize to kill that alpha and get out, and then they run the herd based on cooperation. Like, okay, it's no longer on sheer force or following that alpha. We've all gotten rid of it, and if you don't agree with us, we'll wipe you out too. And that's a natural occurrence in any kind of herd, any kind of society. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's sort of weird to watch everything unfold. It's sort of the first time that you heard about this stuff was with the election last time, and they were like, oh, Russia, came in and they were buying Facebook ads. And you go like, what do you mean they were buying Facebook ads? They were like, oh yeah, they were sort of like using propaganda, which, by the way, people have been doing since the beginning of time with elections. They just run these ads on TV. And then you go like, oh wait, they just did it smarter than the other people.
Yeah.
They just went in and they used the algorithms, then they used the technology to their favor. And I go like, well, wait a minute. I don't know if that's even necessarily should be against the rules. I mean, why isn't the left side finding some dope ass Russian fucking marketers? But that's all that is. It's like, it's to the internet. What's going to happen, all of this stuff, okay? And people call me a fucking idiot, but I have been pretty on point with most things that I've said my entire fucking life, okay? I'm pretty, whatever. But it's eventually these net neutrality laws will come into play, and they're going to go like, yeah, we need to have control of how these algorithms work. The government's going to say, hey, we can't just give people this sort of power, because the reality is, somebody with a lot of money and a good marketing firm can fucking make it look like anything. I don't even know what to buy anymore in the news. I have no idea the mainstream news, the internet, Twitter, who fucking knows what's real and what's not anymore. And it's sort of, and when you sort of examine it and you look at it through the lens, you say, shit, dude, I need to fucking opt out and just believe what I see. Everyone's so concerned with these bigger picture issues. And, doesn't it sort of feel like society is like just sort of stopped progressing? It's just become like just a complete clash. Like progress was like, I feel like happening throughout my entire life. Like I was like, oh shit, I'm living throughout probably some of the most progressive times ever.
Yeah.
80s, 90s, 2000s, where you watch black people and brown people go from being considered literally scum to being some of the most powerful and influential people in the world. That happened in our lifetime, dude. Like, that's real. I swear to God, this isn't fucking me painting anything like it is. That's real. You know, in 82, you know, it was far and few between black people that were really respected in politics, entertainment. It was like you had a few that, you know, obviously it started happening way before that. The civil rights movement, you know, pushed a lot.
Thank
of
God
things.
for the pioneers: Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby.
But you have right now, you have almost a stop of progress because people don't understand how to come together, collaborate, and move the ball down the court. You have to collaborate. Everyone has to collaborate every single day and work with somebody that they don't like or wouldn't want to work with. And for some reason, everyone's a fucking baby right now, and they go, I'm not working with them. They don't see the world how I see the world. And we are stopping progress.
It's a snapshot. I don't think it's stopping though. But yeah, I feel the same way. I saw a picture of someone. They were protesting in the neighborhood that I grew up in, near the school where I went to middle school. And one of the kids that they had out there marching, he's got a sign that says, "I see no change," which to me was fascinating because here's a black kid with what looks like about $150 sneakers on, very expensive Nike shorts, a whole athletic set, you know what I mean? And he's marching past a high school that was predominantly white maybe 10, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? And it's all black now. And for the amount of clothes that you have on right now, clearly your parents are doing way better than my parents or anybody's parents were doing when we were growing up in that area. And how ironic it is for you to have only been on this earth for 12 or 13 years, but go, I still see no change.
Yeah.
And the reality is you haven't been here long enough to see any change.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. Someone put a sign in your hand and took a picture of you and posted it on social media. And that is the weird thing where it feels like we're not progressing because we're not bored. Like you remember when you were a kid and you would just have to find shit to do? Someone has a joke about that now, about like learning how to like aim a magnifying glass at ants and be like, oh shit, look at what happens. You know what I mean? Because you were bored and you had to kill time. Now to kill time, you scroll through social media and it's just advertising. Get on board with this, get on board with this propaganda. So there's not an original thought.
Yeah,
people,
I agree.
They're loading their mind up with someone else's
people
messages.
don't sit on the thoughts and think about it and really consider it and consider the options. It used to be you know, you only were given a little bit of information every day. Now people are like, it's just overload nonstop.
Right.
And I feel like if you can't, I mean, think about how often you sort of think about something and then you sort of change your opinion on it. And now people react right away, and now it becomes their job to prove that they've been right the whole time and not give up. I had a guy yesterday tweeting at me, or not even tweeting at me, he just tweeted, I searched Skankfest because I want to see if people are talking about Skankfest on Twitter. So I just searched Skankfest, and this guy tweeted, I've always said be skeptical of anyone associated with the Joe Rogan or Legion of Skanks / Skankfest crew. And then I retweeted him and I added him, and I was like, you know, I added him. And I was like, so don't hang out with any good comedian. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then somebody else asked him what comics he liked, and he starts naming all these comics. And I picked like 5 comics out, and I was like, okay, these guys have all performed at Skankfest. These guys have done Rogan multiple times. What are you even talking about? Where is the argument? I was like, well, I mean, I wasn't even being shitty. I was like, you could see how like your original statement's kind of silly. I was like, because there's so much overlap, and there's a lot of great people that you love that are associated with these brands.
Right.
Guy just blocks me.
Yeah.
It's like, so the where, like, you can't even, like, me and that guy could have he could have been like, hey, you know what, dude? You're right. That was a blanket statement. I shouldn't have said that, you know, and we could have made progress. He could have been a buddy of mine. Who fucking knows where that relationship could have gone, right? I'm not a shitty dude. I'm not hurting people. I'd like to think that I do a lot for women in the industry. I like to think that, you know, we employ multiple women here. We have, you know, 5 or 6 overall when you look at the I mean, no, but out of like 15 employees at Gas Digital and the ad side and the merch side, having, you know, good 30 or 40% of our employment base being women, that's a lot.
Yeah.
No blacks.
the amount of females, well, we need to make money. The amount of females that work at Skankfest or work on the network, have shows on the network, we bring them on as guests, we give them a platform. It's not like we bring fucking girls on these shows and we're like, look at these dumb fucking women, Well, it happens sometimes, but they're acting like dumb idiots, Don't be a dumb idiot. We do the same thing with guys. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that...
I've been encountering that a lot lately also, though. That thing of like where people say something, they're not thinking about what they're saying. And then if you take the time to kind of humor this bullshit argument and be like, go ahead and explain yourself. Give me a little bit more. They shut the fuck down. Mm-hmm. And that is the most infuriating thing in the world that I have to learn how to control, because I get very mad if I take the time to be like, okay, let me hear you out. Explain yourself. And they go, what? Why are you attacking me? Dude, you're and it's no.
Well, that's when the guy was like, oh, you're sicking your fans on me. And I was like, no. You spoke my name on Twitter.
Right.
And I decided to respond publicly. This isn't like, and I wasn't even like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. If you want to go and talk shit, this is this weird mentality. He's like battling with my fans or calling him gay and making fun of his shirt and shit. And it's like, dude, so don't be that little cunt. It reminds me of like the kid who sits at his window talking shit to kids outside because they can't get him because he's inside of his window. Don't be that kid. You know what I'm saying? Just don't talk shit.
Yeah.
And it's also just such a fucking ignorant statement to act like anybody who's been on. Bernie Sanders has been on Joe Rogan's show. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't understand what this thing is. If you look at the comics that we've had on Skankfest, we have 150 comics every Skankfest. I mean, there are so many people that are fucking, the only people who say that have never been there and have no fucking clue. And I'll be honest with you guys, like don't feed them. The fans that get my back, you know what I'm saying? Don't even fucking feed those people what they want. They want you to call them a faggot. They want you to use all the no words that you're not supposed to use.
So that then they can retroactively go, look, see?
Look, this is what they do. They bully me. They're homophobic.
But this is the same behavior.
Don't give it to them.
This is the same behavior as the guy who's following the chick home to be like, what did you say?
Yep.
What would you call me?
Of course.
Which... I do these videos on Instagram, look at it this way, and I did one maybe about 2 years ago where I was fascinated that black people were adopting that thing. Like, it was weird when black people no longer started knocking people out and they began to go, say what you just said one more time.
That's a very interesting point. So we've already figured it out. We've already figured out how to make white people not call black people the N-word to their face. And the system works, right?
Yeah.
The system has worked, which is white people typically go, if I call this black guy the N-word, it's a nuclear bomb. I'm going to get either fucked up or I'm willing to fight, right? Like That's
what they should have called that bomb, by the way.
The N-bomb?
Yeah, that's what...
Oh, shit. But that's like, the streets figured it out. The streets figured it the fuck out. You don't need to, what a pussy fucking bitch move to pull out your cell phone and go, look, I'm going to shame you and try to fucking get you canceled. And for anybody to, I just don't buy, anytime I see cell phone footage where the one person is giving a narrative of the story, I just take it with a grain of salt. I got to see the entire fucking thing. I got to see everything. It's just a bitch ass move. If somebody pulls out their cell phone on me, just so you know, cool. Pull out your cell phone. I'm snapping it in half and I'm flinging it down the street and then I'm going to fight you. That's going to be my fucking reaction if you pull out a cell phone when we're in the middle of an argument to try to fucking get me.
Right.
So, I mean, does it automatically upload to the cloud if they don't hit stop, Shannon? I got to figure that out.
I don't know.
That would not look good if that was the last video they had. And then somebody else kills them.
Oh, no.
There's a video now of like these guys that were down in Philly protesting yesterday. And a guy is holding a camera trying to do that shit. But like, these are South Philly Italians, guys who peaked in high school. They got the old sports body and they don't give a fuck. They're on camera punching people in the face, punching phones right out of people's hands. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It is great. Shannon, real quick, we'll get some questions from the chat in a little bit. I got a little more time here. We're gonna have a little bit of a shorter show. I got a lot of stuff going on right now.
I have that racist list if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, pull up the races. I really wanted to see this.
Yeah, that's Mickey Rooney and Breakfast at Tiffany's.
All right, so Mickey Rooney, white man played Mr. Yunuishi, incredibly racist caricature of an Asian man. Okay, go down, keep on going. That 70s show when no one could pronounce Fez's real name, so they just called him Fez, which is short for foreign exchange student.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
just funny.
How is that racist? Was he not a foreign exchange student?
I guess it's because they didn't bother to learn his name. That's the only thing I can take away from that.
Yeah. Go ahead. 16 Candles. the Asian character Luke Duck Dong appeared on the screen, they would do a gong. Yeah. And Friends, when Monica got braids in Barbados, the other characters reacted in disgust.
Yeah, because white ladies with braids look stupid.
Yeah, it's
That's
also
not
so.
racist.
Are you mad about cultural appropriation, or are you mad about fucking? What do you just pick something to be mad about?
I love how they're attacking their own bullshit programming, though. Black people weren't watching any of this shit.
So I wish I could switch seats. I really don't want to sit with Allen Iverson over there. They called her Allen Iverson. That's hilarious. And Modern Family, yeah, Gloria, she's Colombian, so they keep on making jokes about drugs, illegal immigrants, sex work. All right, it's a stupid list. It's like if you are sitting here looking for the racism and you're looking for the microaggressions,
Look
and
no
you're
further
looking for
than-
everything.
They took 4 episodes of 30 Rock, gone now. One was literally because they did a parody of old-time ATV where John Hamm was in blackface. But it was literally satire of, look how dumb TV used to be and what used to be allowed to be on TV. And now we're going to a world where satire can't even happen.
Yeah.
They
Well,
don't
that's the thing.
get
Like
it.
the blackface, like people that do blackface now are making fun of blackface. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you can't even do that. Like when Sarah Silverman did blackface, which keeps on popping up. It'll pop up every few years
Yeah.
for her.
Do that, and it's so fucking funny.
She's making fun of blackface. She's not.
And she's making fun of how dumb the character on the show is supposed to be.
It's all to even have to explain the nuance, like like edgy comedy, dirty comedy, fucked up comedy. The reason it's funny is because you're not supposed to say it. If you were listening to two white guys that were old racists talking at a bar, talking about all the problems that black people cause this country, there's nothing funny about that conversation. That's not what people would. Nobody would
No,
be
it's
like,
called In Hot Water.
holy shit.
Circle snake, circle snake, circle snake, circle snake.
No one's safe. No one is safe. Gino Bisconte, Aaron Berg. We're coming for you next.
Gino might have been the last person to hurl the N-word at me, but it was not malicious.
And since he was hosting a show, he said next.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, people are fucking absolutely crazy. We'll get some questions from the chat right now. If you guys want to join the conversation, please subscribe to GasDigitalNetwork.com. Use that promo code RAP. We'll answer a few of the chat questions. Yeah. Anything else? Rape charges for Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, he's facing 90 to life for 3 rape
Hey,
charges.
he's got 10 years left at the most.
$6 million bail, dude. He's done. He's gonna die in jail.
What are the charges?
Forced oral copulation, forced penetration. It's like 3 different incidents. I think it's not good.
Oh, there's no question. If Ron Jeremy penetrates you, you know it. Yeah. It's like, are you sure that happened, miss? Yeah.
Dude,
I'm sure.
I've worked with him before on movies. He has dementia. I think. Like I don't know if he knows where he is. I think in his
Iron
head,
Sheik level.
I think in his head, it's the 70s. He's at the Playboy Mansion every day, and he's got a handler that
You know what that
funnels him
sounds
around.
like? That sounds like heaven, which means he fucking won. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
like
no, not anymore. He didn't.
But he's not aware of that. In his mind,
No,
it's
he's
the
in
shit.
jail.
But he's not aware. If he's that out of his mind, you know what I mean? Like, that's also how I test people's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, when someone comes on the train and they're like being crazy, I kind of jab a little bit. And if they ever react to be like, yo, why the fuck you fucking with me? Oh, okay, you're not really crazy then. You know what I mean? So, I think if he's
That seems like a horrible way to test that.
it works though. Look, one time I'm on West 4th Street. It's like late at night, right? It's like 3 a.m, and there's this lady on the train, and she's babbling to herself. One of my last nights drinking. So this is about 3 years ago. I'm drunk off dark liquor. Dark liquor has me in a very aggressive place, right? So I'm at the train, and I don't know why it just bugged me that this lady was talking to herself. So I start talking to myself. I sit 3 seats away from her, and I just go, I fucking hate when I'm on a train and people pretend to be crazy and they're talking to themselves and they're trying to scare people away from them. And she begins responding to me. Who the fuck are you? You don't know me. And right. So now we're both hurling shit at each other but like real passive aggressive. And then about
You're so weird.
I know.
Temple.
About-
this is a you problem.
Yeah,
I want to get on a different car now.
So then here's the crazy thing. About 6 young gangbangers come in and plop down on the train. They all got red bandanas hanging out.
Shit, he called for backup.
Right. We both shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they sat on the bench and they're looking on their phone. A D train comes. They go ahead, get on the train. They leave. And this lady started right back up. And I had to die laughing. I go, bitch, you ain't fucking crazy. Like, you knew when to shut the fuck up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's just not real.
It's not real.
Once
like
again, a very specific Dave thing.
Yeah, very. Temple sometimes goes off. He tries to make a point, and he's like, "Yo, don't you hate? Don't you
And y'all
hate when you
never
go to
relate
jail
to
for
this shit.
7 years and 6 months, and 3 days?"
Don't you hate when birds fall from the sky and you fall off your bicycle? What? The fuck are you talking about, Dave?
Remember that shit from Don't Be a Menace? He said, anybody ever try to take your manhood? And the warden coming?
Yeah. So all right. So Ron Jeremy seems like he's fucked. You know, it's a whole like that. They're gonna go once they go into that world. You know, the porn chick world, the fucking like. There's got to be some dark stories. You know, they're talking about comics. You're like, dude, think about how many fucking, you know, chicks show up on porn sets and they're fucking like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, think about that. Like, I really look at it as like, guys, there's real things that are out there. Like comics, like being like, you know, being creepy or sort of like, you know, I understand it's a problem. I'm not saying it's right. There's no excuse for people being creepy, but look, I've had real problems before. I would way rather deal with a creepy dude. And I've dealt with creepy dudes before. I've told stories about guys jerking off at me in the steam room. Ladies, I know the plight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. You feel fucking little. You feel helpless.
There's a guy on Instagram named Cute Gay that has sent me a video of him jerking off or jiggling his ass every single day for 6 months.
Yo.
I still won't block him. It's fun to show people.
My boy, you guys know Reggie Conquest?
Yeah.
And you saw his scene on Insecure, like at the beginning of the pandemic. He's on the show Insecure, and he's banging the shit out of Issa Rae, right?
I did see that. I didn't know. I thought it was somebody told me he had an OnlyFans, and that's what I thought it was.
Nah, he's had like 3 sex scenes on the show.
Funny. That's funny.
The gay dudes that watch that show that have been in this guy's inbox for the past 4 months, it is like, but there's no level of sexual assault or creepiness for him to. He just has to deal with the direct messages.
Of course. Well, I mean, look, it's a different thing. You don't feel as. But I'm just saying, like, you can, like, it's not that much of a jump, you know? I feel it's just not that, like, it's just not that big of a deal. If you're calling yourself a victim, you've just been sexually harassed. You've been harassed. And that's where you're calling yourself a victim. I just don't have much sympathy for you. I have friends who have been really assaulted and really hurt. And, like, it's just sort of like, and those girls, by the way, behind your back, those girls roll their fucking eyes at you. Those girls aren't going like, yes, sister, I understand your play. Those girls go like, yeah, no, I've actually dealt with some real shit. Those aren't really the girls that are out there looking for sympathy on social media. It's a very weird thing. Not saying that it doesn't exist, but you know, for the most part, you know, the girls that are they're in therapy and they're dealing with it in a very real way, and they're not really using it as a badge of honor, and they're not using it as something. It's always the girls who are like, you know, this guy said
not
something
in their
creepy.
profile.
Yeah. This guy said something creepy at a comedy club. You're like, okay, well, that sucks. I'm sorry. Has a guy said something creepy at a regular club? Yeah, okay, that's happened too. What about walking down the street?
Yeah.
That also happened. Yeah, there are creepy fucking guys in every industry. It's not exclusive to us. It's not a boys club where we're protecting each other. It's crazy. For a woman to say that, Shannon, if some man tried to assault you, what do you think would happen if he walked in here?
Oh, I think a lot of you guys would probably go to attack him.
I mean, what do we think would happen? We're not some fucking pussy bitches. This is the problem with fucking, like, you can't assign this thing to every fucking guy in the world, okay? Female comedians can't go, all male comedians are fucking creeps. They're pieces of shit. They protect each other. It's a boys club. No, that's not true. If there was somebody, and this has happened, there was times at the stand where there was one chick where I guess an old boyfriend came in and he was being fucking weird. And we literally chased the fucking guy out of there. We were going to beat his fucking ass. It got real. Another time, somebody was really shitty with a waitress. I forget exactly what they said. I was going to beat the fucking guy's ass. Like,
Wait,
it was
that
like,
was you, right?
What?
Being shitty with the waitress? He just went to the bathroom, saw himself in
Started
the
hitting
mirror.
myself. But you know what I'm saying?
I'm kicking my own ass.
But like we're not fucking pussies, so it's like I just feel like there's this weird like battle. It's like, okay, ladies, why would you be like, yeah, the guys that associate with, you know, Legion of Skanks in that world, there are problems. Like, no, we're the guys that will stand up for you. Your beta fucking pussy comics will literally hide in the bathroom. The one girl. Okay, this is a true story, and I'm going to end on this because I really got to go. Okay, the one girl who's complaining on Twitter right now about some of the shit at the roast battle, her boyfriend, okay, is an old friend of mine. I don't know if they're still even dating. But we told this story back in the day on Legion of Skanks when me and Dave were at LOL Comedy Club and we almost got into a fight with these really thuggy guys. Like these guys picked up chairs. They were ready to start winging chairs across the room. LOL was like every night was like that.
Seems
There was
to be
some
the
shit.
go-to move at
Right?
LOL, yeah.
So we were going to fucking fight these guys, and these were pretty fucking tough dudes. And this girl's boyfriend literally, and I've told the story. They told the story years ago, so this isn't something that I'm making up now. He literally hid in the bathroom and we've been friends for a long time, as me and Dave were about to fucking get jumped by these guys. Wow. And instead of fucking just, look, you get your ass kicked, you know what I'm saying? But if your boys are about to get in some shit, you stand there and you fucking at least help out. At least try to break it up. You get in the fucking way. He hid in the fucking bathroom. If you were being attacked, your boyfriend would hide. He would walk the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. That is the complete difference between guys like that and guys like me. All those guys that are fucking white knighting for you on Twitter, those are fucking pussies who, when you're being attacked, will walk in the opposite direction and use Twitter fingers later. Okay? You don't want those fucking guys. You want guys like me who maybe I'll make some fucking dumb jokes. Maybe I'll fucking say some inappropriate shit. Maybe we'll fucking, maybe I'm not going to pretend to be a nice guy because I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a fucking phony. But you want me there if some shit's going down. You want a guy like Temple there if some shit's going down.
Yeah, you don't want someone filming. Why are you
Zach
raping
will be
her?
filming. Zach
Why?
will...
Stop raping her.
Right. That's what these fucking guys are. They are pussies who will go, I just watched a woman get assaulted and I ran away and I got, the cops.
Can I get your name? Can I get your name? You just raped her. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. So, all right, let's wrap this one up. This has been a fun show. Thank you very much, Dave Temple. Go support him. Follow him everywhere. Zach Amico. Once again, tomorrow night, I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. Stand Up Live. Let's fucking party, baby boys. We're out.
That's all, folks.